Hi everyone, and welcome to the Onyx Path's Changeling the Lost Twitch stream. We are playing Littlebrook Reunion. I am Chris Primogen, your storyteller for tonight, and with me, as always, we have starting with I was gonna say whoever's tallest, but that's it's gonna be a pain in the neck. So let's go with we'll start with Silas. Go by Nova, Nate, Lars, Jonas, and Tide. That way, reverse lightning bolts.
Sounds good. I'm Trev. I play Silas, who is an ogre that, just got out of a burning goblin market.
Hi, I'm Megan. I play Nova. She's a beast, and she was all like, let's not go back to the hedge. And then we did, and this is what happened. So, right again.
Right again.
I'm Nate. I'm a Ferris, and in my defense, none of us died.
Right.
I consider that a success.
That's a win right there.
Thank you. Lars.
Hey, I am the Touring, and I play Lars. He is a wizened, and he is the grumpy old man of the group.
Perfect.
Hi, I am Adam, and I play Jonas, the Darkling, who is not just... He's not happy to be along just everyone.
He's smart.
And hello.
Oh, wait, hold on. Things crashed. What the heck?
This is not loading for me.
I completely lost connection to everything.
Wow, we love that.
Wow. Yeah, I lost connection via OBS Studio, like completely. I'll try to restart it.
Are we back?
I think we might be.
I hope I don't.
I think we're back. Yeah.
I hope I don't curse us again. But hi, I'm Kitsu. I play Tide. Tide is an elemental, and Tide has a shiny box with them.
Well, I mean, shiny. It's
Well, it's a box.
It's
but,
a box.
It's a box.
Yep. Also, before we continue, we are having some technical issues. I thought it was just Discord, but I think it might be something in the area here because me and Kitsu are having some, what do you call them? The little things on the video, like little glitches. So maybe there's a La Sombra somewhere hiding. Who's the La Sombra? But yeah, we're going to be playing. And before I do a recap of last session, oh boy, that's just going to be a handful. How about you, Touring, do a little bit of a rundown and what kind of announcements we're doing right now?
Got a couple things going on right now. First, we will... the Sacred Lands playtest that has been going on has just launched the 5th update, which includes a playtest of a Spirit Walker Sorcerer and a High Astrologer Wizard. I will post a link to get to those on the Onyx Path's webpage so that you can check those out. There's a quick download of those, and then they have a feedback form for you to fill out. But the big news for today is that the Kickstarter for Hunter the Vigil 2nd Edition went live about an hour ago, and I'm checking it right now, and they are about $1,400 shy of already hitting the $25,000 goal.
Wow.
Damn.
So I would imagine they're going to start adding some stretch goals, so go hit that up. You can get a PDF of it for $25. You can't really beat that. Or the whole book for $50, which is what you'll pay for it at your gaming store. So get on it now. And I think that's about it.
Perfect. Thank you. I think you also get the PDF if you buy the book as well, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So you can have the book. You can also read it at the same time from PDF. Read 2 books at the same time. Like a professional.
And I think you get access to the pre-release manuscripts of both of those as well, so you can start getting content right away.
Oh yeah, that's the Onyx Path guarantee. You get access to chapters. They release them every day. At least that's what they did with Cults of the Blood Gods. Lots of interesting stuff to read. So if you're interested in hunting down some wicked changelings and fey-like beasts, then go get that book. Go help with the Kickstarting. Torin can't, unfortunately, not link in the chat, but I'm sure that the bot might be linking to it soon. Otherwise, just you can Google it. It should be available. All right, so let's do a little bit of a recap of last week's session where we unfortunately had to say bye for now to our guest Michelle, who was playing the ever-lovable Caffeine, the merchant selling illicit goods at the Goblin Market. And speaking of the Goblin Market, you folks discovered, well, let's begin with why you were at the Goblin Market, because why would people want to go there? You were at the Goblin Market because you wanted to get your hands back on the crown, the antlered crown, one of the 4 artifacts used to essentially power a very, very powerful contract that the Changelings of Littlebrook had made with the 4 Seasons in order to kind of preserve society there, as it were, like keep fey creatures out, keep normal people in, more or less, you know, freeze time, standard stuff. For some reason, this contract was interrupted, and the crown very recently got stolen, along with... nothing else was stolen, but the leaden mirror was broken. So you managed to track down where the crown was being held, and you found, well, the original purchaser of the stolen good. It was Big Little Tim with his tent of knickknacks and other goods. He had, however, unfortunately already sold it to the Arch of Midsummer, who was one of the, I guess I can call their name, I'm the storyteller, was one of the true Fae. And good, nothing's coming out. And you had to basically get it back. So, devising a cunning plan, the group decided to give 2 of its members as gifts to the beautiful mother who was having her birthday celebration. So Caffeine brought who else but Tide and Nate, the most reliable, most efficient, stealthy, and first of all, professional of all the changelings of this group, to the tent where the presents were being held. There was an exchange. A ticket was given. 2 changelings were given in return and basically put into a tent about the size of the warehouse from the end of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And if you have trouble imagining that, just picture the biggest warehouse you could possibly imagine and then just make it 1,000 times bigger. Obviously, this would be a little bit difficult to search through, but Nate and Tide had the brilliant idea to question one of the servants walking the path. Things kind of quickly spiraled out of control, and a fire got started. Long story short, Nate accidentally activated a terracotta head, sending an army of terracotta soldiers after him. And Tide found a hole, kind of a portal inside of a box leading to a world full of piles of all manners of things. Eventually, however, you did find the crown, and you made your way out into what was called the the revelries, which was essentially the soldiers and servants and guards of all the true Fae visiting the Goblin Market, feeding on the usual residents of the market. Apparently this was fairly common as Big Little Tim urged the party to leave. After that, you avoided being captured by some guards, made your goodbyes with Caffeine, and headed on your merry way. Unfortunately, running into an old acquaintance of a few of you who, it turned out, revealed a little bit more about your escape. Or was it an escape? Who knows? Maybe there was some trickery involved. A deal was struck, I would say, with some consent from the group.
I would say imposed upon us.
It was imposed upon you. You have 13 days to retrieve the child, as the beautiful Fays or the loving mother, or however you want to refer to her as. So succinctly said, 13 days until next midnight, or do you remember what would happen otherwise?
They'll come get it. Was that
no,
the deal?
I think it was also kind of a at least one of us had have to go back.
I think all of us.
Oh yeah, all of us have to go back to
Yeah,
shit.
all of you would have to
yeah,
go back,
good.
and you would certainly not have the honeymoon-like experience that your previous Durance was this time around. So after that, you were allowed to leave, and you left on a pretty large, friendly beetle that seemed to have grown quite fond of Lars, and Lars found no problem navigating the way back to the gates, the black and white gates leading back to Littlebrook. And roughly that's where we will begin tonight's session. You are on your way through the tunnel, riding the beetle. It's a pretty long tunnel, longer than you remember, and it's just pitch darkness around you. And up ahead, you see this tiny little pinprick of lights in the distance. That is the street lamps of Littlebrook. Let's play a... Oh, sorry.
No, you go first.
Let's
You're
play...
the DM.
Let's play a storytelling game of Beautiful Madness.
So, gonna talk about this, or just like sit here in silence? Cause I mean, you've probably been hearing me. I have been grumbling. I will be honest.
I think this went relatively well.
We almost got taken back. She found us.
Yeah, you
And
see,
now
I
we have
was
to
fully expecting one or more of us to be taken back or killed. So the fact that we're all alive and back here, with some kind of time frame to work with, is, in my opinion, a good thing.
I don't remember that being part of the conversation before we went, though. Like, yeah, probably we'll die or get taken back.
You didn't think we were... I thought you were what you 100% believed we were gonna die or be taken back.
Yeah, but I didn't say that was the deal. I just said, I guess I'll go with you guys.
And guess what? None of us died or got taken back. In fact, we got the crown. We got this little box with like an infinite stack of socks in it.
Wait,
I
a what?
offer I give them the box. Give someone the box, whoever's closest.
Nobody's
That's
just gonna
not me.
cross their arms and like just stare out the back of the beetle.
Okay, tell me again what this box is.
Just open it, I guess.
Lars will
Nothing's
open
gonna
the box,
happen.
Lars,
And
you...
then-
Oh, sorry.
and then he will immediately snap it shut. We need to destroy this.
What do you mean?
Why?
That, in the box, that's where I spent my duress.
What?
Oh. Huh.
What does that mean? Like,
That means that-
what happened?
This is
You
a way to there.
But not out.
Well, let's just
Wait.
chuck it right now. Chuck it off the back of the beetle. Throw it away.
No. This could be useful.
It could also be a way for the F word that lives there to reach us.
That is very true. But remember, we have a time frame. They're coming back in what, fucking 13 days or so?
That's just with her, though. And Nova's gonna almost like try to grab for the box. Like, we need just to throw this off the beetle. We just throw it off now. Like, let it be their problem. We can't cross over with this.
Is the thing in there? Is what we're looking for in there?
The baby?
Oh, no. I mean the artifact.
Now we have it.
No, we
the
have that.
artifact?
It's in Kitsu's, or no, it's in Tide's hoodie.
Okay.
At least it fucking better be.
I'm like, can you help me unstring this?
Yeah, I'll unstring it and pull the crown out.
Okay, well, he's distracted. Throw it away.
There is no crown to pull out.
But
However,
Tide?
however, you do realize as you're fiddling around with the hoodie that the antlers that composed the crown before have kind of merged with the hood of the hoodie, so creates this kind of like, apparently it looks like it's taken on the attributes of the crown.
Okay, good news, bad news, guys. The good news is, I think we still have the crown? Or no, the bad news is, we don't still have the crown. The good news is, we now have a crown hoodie. And
I
it's
take it off. Like, I think of the hoodie like, I can't be wearing this. There must be something weird with it. I don't want to merge with it. I take it off. Or try to, like, help me get this off.
You get it off fine, and it's a bit heavy, but it seems like the crown has merged with the hoodie pretty firm. Like, you can't see the original crown anymore.
Well, that's good. They won't even. Do they even know what a hoodie is? I didn't really see any hoodies in the market. Anyway, are we throwing this box off this beetle or what?
We should.
What's the argument for keeping it?
My argument for keeping is we have 13 days to design a death trap for a you-know-what. And who knows what the hell we're going to need. I just want to have this in our arsenal as a possible tool to use.
How?
We could try.
I don't know yet.
We could try to toss the other F that comes out in it and just, seal it off.
How big is
Toss
this
it back
box?
through this tunnel or something.
The box is big enough that most of you, barring Silas, would be able to crawl through it.
Oh, so it's a decent sized box then.
Oh yeah,
I was
like it's a
picturing
tight
something-
fit, but it's doable. Certainly, it's about shoulder width in both directions.
Okay. So you want to try to stuff a what would we be calling them? Fair folk or something like that?
Jerks. Jerks will work.
Sure.
Faces.
Matt?
Yeah. Well, that's F. I'm just too close.
Try to stuff one of those into this box.
Nailed it.
And you're going to be the one that rustles one of them?
No, I wouldn't say if we stuffing him back in the box is not the plan. At least not my plan. I just want to have possession of it. Just in case.
Okay, so what if would duct tape work in keeping it closed? Like, what if we just tied it really close and Nate can just hold on to it wherever he is? He can just keep it away from everybody else. If that's his decision, he can have the scary box that things can come out of at any time.
Look, I like having the box as much as the next guy, but I think with my track record, probably not a good call to give me the box.
There's
Touch the box.
hold on, just a minute. There's an interference somewhere. Can you hear this?
No, I can't
Oh,
hear
yeah, I
it.
do hear it.
I hear a tiny squeaky noise somewhere.
A little squeaking, yeah.
Let me test something. Could be me.
It's fine, no worries.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, it was very loud for me for some reason.
Oh,
That's okay. They're
Did this
coming.
help?
if you sorry for out of character. If you right click on people's portraits, you can lower volumes and stuff for a specific person.
Is this? Can you hear this now?
No, now it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's my computer fan. It's going pretty hot for some.
Ooh.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Go on. Sorry.
My concern, if we keep the box, is that it is a way for my previous master to shortcut to us. Now,
Is your previous master not my previous master?
no.
No.
Oh. that complicates
That
this.
that person that was talking to you guys, I've never seen them before in my life. That's not who I was working.
I think it's Lars's choice because that's his box.
Sure.
Let him make that
No.
decision.
Nate, how large of an item can you summon?
I don't know,
Would
something
you
little
be
size
able-
of a football, a little bigger. I mean, I was
Okay,
able
so
to pull
this
out
is
that
too big for you to summon.
this box.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
If you want to keep it, I will not stop you from keeping it. I just don't want it anywhere near me.
I'd honestly rather have you comfortable than this box.
Then we will leave it here.
All right.
Hey, how about this mirror? I pat a giant mirror that's on the back of the beetle. We had to spend a favor with Big Little Tim to get this, as I remember. And the way I see it, it could come pretty handy in the future. What do you think?
We did have a mirror break the first time around. Maybe it can be replaced. I don't know if it's the equal price for it, but maybe.
I'm all for throwing everything off the side of this beetle. Anything that we didn't take, that's my vote. Like just toss it off off the beetle. So that's what I think.
I have a really hard time thinking clearly right now, but I think if you guys also can't think clearly on what to do with this box, I was holding onto it just because it was the thing that I found before I found the crown, or we found the crown. It's just that I was keeping it, and when she was speaking to us, I thought, I'd just give her the box and say the crown is somewhere in there or something. That's why. But I also think that now that we have it, maybe we should just ask Matthew or something. Because maybe there's a deal maybe there's somewhere we can put it where it can't be accessed by anyone. Maybe we can use it in some way to send the other F jerk back home. Because no one's gonna. If there's only one way in and only one way out, this is the perfect prison for it then. If there's a way to just toss it in there and, I don't know, trap it in time, because they did do something with time, then, we'd be free forever until that spell lasted, which another 17 years. I'd be fine with that.
Hey, Lars, was there any other way in or out when you were there?
I don't really remember. There's got to be many ways out and many ways back in, just because of the nature of what we did there.
So we can't guarantee. It wouldn't guarantee that you'd stick anything in there. We don't know if there's only one way or in or out.
No. But Tide, he gives the box back to you. You took it. You decide what to do with it. If you think that taking it to Michael and having him look at it, assessing it is a good idea, then let's do that.
Like I said, I'm not thinking clearly right now. I'm not. This is as far as I can go. I'm just, if you don't decide, I'm gonna take it to Matthew. That's what it is.
It's worth a shot.
Hey, that looks very heavy. I'll hold the box for a little bit. What do you think? Just give me the box.
No.
But no. Give me the mirror.
Are you gonna break the mirror? It's heavy.
The mirror's taller than you are.
Yeah. Oh no, it fell.
Wait, did you actually drop the mirror?
No, I think
Silas
Silas
has his hand firmly on
Oh,
the
right,
mirror
right, right.
as Nova
trying to
tries
grab
to
at
nudge
it.
it.
Oh no!
I
Ugh.
don't know. What I know about folklore may be able to fell a thimble halfway, but I'm pretty sure breaking a mirror, no matter what else you want to do with it, is going to lead to some serious bad karma for everyone on this beetle.
All right, now then she's turned away from everyone, being grumpy. Eh.
Nate, you can, after the whole situation settles, you can feel Ty try to hold your hand now because it's like accountability.
All right, I'll just let her. It's fine.
Okay.
One thing I was thinking of, you guys, I don't know if I'm smart enough to really get this or get deals with the Fae, with the Fairest, but do you think I should have gone with the fairest one? I mean, if I had, we could get her to, I don't know, relinquish her interest in the child or something like that.
She lies, they lie all the time. It would have guaranteed nothing but you were gone.
I agree.
Yeah, you're right. Now we gotta figure out how to afford Littlebrook, I guess.
And we will.
Sort of that. But, well, it's going, but I guess it always was. Hello?
Now we can hear you.
You cut out for a little bit, but now you're back.
Okay, so
Try
here's a
it
question.
again.
Now we have 13 days. We need to make a battle plan.
Agreed. It won't be complete till we get back and ask the others how they can help, though. I mean, now that I think about it, don't we have most of the components we need to make the spell happen again?
I don't even think we understood the spell because we didn't know about the child, and obviously the child is a part. I think we need to talk to Principal Blackbird, and we need to have a talk with Matthew, and we need to figure out because I feel like we were missing parts, and we've been trying to run around and fix something, and we don't even know the full puzzle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think we should do. We go right back right now and whatever. Gab that council, sit in that room until they show up, and tell them what happened. And now there's even more on the line.
They made a contract, that's true. But I thought it was weird that they said that we need to go back, that they can't go back. And I think I could be thinking weird shit, because, yeah, but I think this child that the principal's carrying is the key. Either it's her kid that she, like, remember Matthew told us, I think he told us, didn't he, that changelings and stuff, they can't have kids. So it's really weird that I just thought, she became a changeling while she was pregnant or something.
Well, based on the pictures that we saw, she's been that way for probably the
17 years. So for the whole time.
Yeah, whatever that kid is, it's clearly important. So
she called it hers. Like, that's weird.
We got some weird
It might just as well be hers. Like, whatever, I don't know. I don't know. But I think that's the reason why that none of them wanted to go back here. I mean, I didn't want to go back here, much less meet the keeper. But, it's just...
And we gotta talk to him. That's just it.
Jonah speaks up for the first time. since we left, basically, and says, "Do we really want to talk to them about this? If we do, we leave all the decisions in their hands, and mostly have their decisions have been us putting our necks out for now."
I feel like maybe talk's the wrong word. Confront.
I agree.
Seems like everything's a confrontation. Maybe we could try talking for once.
Shouldn't we keep this, make our own battle plans, and then involve them when we're done, when we know what we want to do? Find information first, see what one want to know, and then we decide.
I think they have info we didn't have. That's the thing. How can we make a decision when stuff's being hidden from us?
But can we get the information without them knowing what happened? Why can't we can hold the cards and tell them what they need to know for once?
How would we do that? I'm not very good at that. I'm just really angry at them right now.
Yeah, me too. I just want to yell at them like a lot. So
We can tell them everything except who and what we met and the deal that was struck.
We should tell them that first.
I mean, they can't control us. If we don't want to do what they want us to do, we won't do it. They don't have the force to stop us.
How many of
They
us
can-
wanted to go into the hedge?
None of us, but we chose to. We chose to do what they said. This time around, if we don't like what they're saying, we don't do it.
Again, I 100% agree. Their power as a council only relies on our agreement that they hold that power. If we just say no, there's very little they.
We can overpower them.
You think?
I've learned in here that things can make you believe that the choice you're doing are your own choices. And maybe we actually made this choice by ourselves, but maybe they made us think that we made our choice. I'm not talking about mind control or powers or contracts or anything like that. I'm just talking about we are sitting on the beetle back from the hedge now, not anyone else of them. I don't know if they meant it like this, but that is what happened. And we can say, and we said before that we can say no, but still we are here and they are not. Do we really want to give them all the information before we make a decision what we want to do? We can ask them, we can get the information from them, and then we decide what happens.
Look,
Oh.
if we're gonna win this, then at the end of the day, we're gonna have to work with them. I don't think there's much of an option.
They know much more about this kind of thing than we do. They need to have at least some information. How about this for a proposal? We tell them that we retrieved the crown. It's obviously changed shape, but we retrieved what they asked us for. In the process, one of the gentry has stated that they're going to come back to Littlebrook in the 13-day period, and we need to defend against it. But we don't tell them why they're coming.
I'm fine with that compromise. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Alright.
if it's just something that the principal is holding onto, like this child, whatever it is,
It's a test.
putting everyone in danger.
We can
What
see
do we
if
just-
we'll see if she mentions it. if we set everything up and then we see, does she tell us? Because they'll know as soon as we tell them that they're coming back for something.
And I'm
If they
not,
tell us, then
and
we
I'm
can
not
trust.
saying that we're never gonna tell them. I'm just saying that maybe we can try to hold the cards for once here. And if we notice that it's important that they know why they're coming, then we can tell them instead of just giving him everything directly.
Well, we can also try to determine what the child's
Yeah,
value is.
and what it is.
Is it really a child?
Do you want me to poke her stomach?
How about we hold off on that? Let's
Okay,
keep that
but
as a
like you
plan
give
B.
me a wink. Give me a wink, and I'll just go up. I'll just do it. I'll do it too.
Poke
If-
or punch?
No, poke.
I
I'm
think we
not a
need to clarify.
monster. Poke.
If-
Gentle poke. I
if
promise it'll be a gentle poke.
given a date and maybe it would be exhausting, but I could try to see its birth. Maybe it's conception as well. I don't know. I can look back through, see what happened before, see what it is. But it's just a possibility.
Like you can see through time?
Yeah, I think what it is. It's sort of like that. Yes.
That'll be good, because depending on what they tell us, then you can compare it to what you see.
Sure.
Can you tell us then if the mother?
Probably, but as I said, it takes a lot to do it. A lot of this power from here, but I can do it. I can do it.
Can you tell us what happened? Where will they come? That's
I can
we could prepare.
I can only look back. I cannot look what's gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But still, that might be useful.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a good plan.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Do we still have that box?
Yes.
It's on Tide's lap. I'll let you guys do the talking. Like I said, I'm just gonna get angry.
That seems to be our default thing.
I'll talk, and I'll
Whoa.
definitely get angry.
What happened?
See?
I don't know. Yeah, what if I just... This might work, though. If I go in and I just, like, yell, and, like, that'll, like, get them off their game. But you guys can watch them. And then whatever they tell us, we can have a Jonas check to see if they're holding back anything else. Like, let me go in there hot.
I don't care. I don't care how we do it. I just ask you to try to remember what we agreed upon here.
I can be angry and remember things.
And we can be our. I don't want to ask you to not be yourselves. Everyone will notice that. Just try to remember what we said. Don't tell them about the most important part for now.
Okay.
What if I don't feel like myself? Meeting the keeper was... I put up a brave face, but... I mean, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I think you did a really good job, Tide, considering.
Thanks. Nate, you can still feel Tide's hand shaking, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I won't say anything.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I said I would keep Jonas safe, so you know.
Oh, you did. I mean,
you did.
confronting your keeper isn't easy, and the fact that almost all of us are still together, I think you did well. I mean, there could be a lot worse results. At least now you have a chance, right?
I don't know if I just delayed it, or we delayed it, actually. But we'll see.
And you're right, Tide. I thank you. Thank you so much for helping and protecting me back there. I'm not afraid to admit it. I do not feel like myself either, but I was hoping this. I knew it would happen eventually. I just hoping it would be sooner, later rather than sooner. So thank you.
It's fine, but you need to like stand up for yourself more, because you almost went with her. You
Yeah.
were like, yes, no, no, it's gotta be no. You don't want to go back to that.
I'll try. I'll try.
All right.
I don't know how I can explain. For most of for most of my life, I have been with it, and I'm not talking about these 10, 17, 20 years. I must have been hundreds of years. I'm yeah. If there comes to a confrontation, I will be better prepared, or I won't be with you at all.
Tell me if you want me to tackle you. I'll do that.
I know you will, and
I think you're a
I'll
smart guy.
I'll let you know.
I think you're pretty smart, Jonas. The way I see it, you'll be more ready next time. No one's ever ready to face their keeper. I'm not ready to face mine. But you got everyone here, and at least now experience is gonna help you out, right?
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah, it will. It will.
I mean,
Thank you.
was your life with her all right? Like, did you feel okay with her?
I've gotten the impression of how you had during your durance, the endless torture, the everything. I did not have that. I was sometimes it was good. It was very good. It was all I've ever wanted at times, and sometimes it was not. And yeah, it gave me everything I wanted or everything I thought I wanted. Um, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure what that what I think are my decisions and what are my wants and needs, that they aren't manipulated there by someone else or something else. Maybe it's from her, or maybe it's from Matthew, or maybe it's all a big plan. I don't know.
Well, she's not here now, and she's not in your head now. So, was it better before or is it better now?
How do you know that she is not here now?
I don't. But fine, I don't know.
Something stick with you, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good. I think I can pride myself on being pretty good at finding traces of her, of it, where I can see, like, I've started to learn her patterns, but she still managed to surprise me this time. So maybe I haven't, and maybe she just let me think that I could read her and figure out what she was doing. But that's how I thought I escaped. That I cracked the code and just saw through everything and saw that this wasn't real, and that she made the same mistake twice, a dozen time, and I saw through it the last, and I managed to escape. But maybe she lied. Maybe I did manage to escape, or maybe she just fooled me and let me think that I saw through her ways and her illusions and let me go. I don't know. I hope
I-
that I managed to escape, but I don't know anymore. Maybe I didn't.
I couldn't follow half of what you said, but okay, I believe you. I hope it's not gonna be a choice you have to make.
No, and I trust you. I trust you guys. I didn't at first, but I do now. But I don't know if I trust the rest of Littlebrook.
I don't know if I trust them either.
I don't know what there is to mistrust about them. I mean, sure, it seems that they're actively trying to get rid of us. I don't 100% blame them. But at the end of the day, we're all on the same team, right? Nobody wants to go back to, the being taken by the you-know-what.
No.
I haven't told the people in Littlebrook everything about my life. I don't think it's really easy for them to tell us everything that happened with them, especially when the consequences there. In some places they haven't even happened yet with the principal. But if we don't all work together, and that's on them as much as on us, then we stand no chance when they come from Littlebrook.
And I'm not saying like they're bad people and that they are trying to hurt us or get rid of us or anything. I just say that I do not fully know what they actually want. Maybe they just want to protect us and Littlebrook. It seems like they do. But it's a cliche, but looks can definitely be deceiving. And I don't think I'm quite ready to put myself out there again. I hope that now that I place my trust in you, I hope that it is wise. It feels something is telling me not to, but I will. But I don't know about the others yet. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to convince myself that they have my best interest, that have our best interest at heart. And their words say that they do, but what we've been doing for them.
They have a lot left to tell us, and if they don't, we're going to make mistakes, which none of us can afford.
Yeah.
We could have
At the
been
end of the
taken
day,
captured.
whether or not we trust them, we have to work with them.
I
We're
agree.
going to need every pair of hands we can get.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, this could have gone a lot worse, like you said. I keep thinking we could have gotten captured. They could have just gotten the missive, give us the child, or we don't get them back. I can't even think what they would have done in that point. But whatever. It's a lot of ifs, and I can't really. It's a lot. I can't. But
Well, it's one thing. Do they tell us about the baby or not? We tell them everything but that and see how they trust us enough to tell us that after we've put ourselves in danger. And then we'll know. And then we can decide what we do from there. I think that's the point. It's whether they'll tell us or not.
Yeah. Sounds good.
okay.
All right, well, let's go to the library, kick the door in. I mean, knock.
Knock politely.
Is that a metaphor, or do you want me to slam myself against that door?
Nope, that's fine. We'll save that for the light bulbs.
Okay. You just tell me. Ready.
We'll find a door for you to slam it over.
Thank you.
somewhere along the way during this entire conversation, without you noticing or perhaps not even thinking about it, you're no longer sitting on the back of this giant beetle, but inside of something else. Was it a Volkswagen?
Volkswagen Type 2.
Very much out of a Scooby-Doo movie, perhaps. And certainly not a brand that's still being made, but surprisingly reliable and cozy. The seats are leather, fairly new, and this is a pretty okay car. And it seems the engine hums quietly as you finally come out of the gateway, the exit of the wooden bridge, and arrive in Littlebrook. It's midday. Sun is in the sky. There's a few people parked at the parking lot for the strip mall. There's a car driving past. It's just your typical day in Littlebrook.
Who's driving?
Lars.
Okay, good.
Silas
Right.
is kind of pushed up in the back, hunched over in a corner. And he realizes, how are we in a... Do you say a German... Oh, I get it. That's the
Yeah.
kind of magic we're dealing with.
To
Go
the
to
library. Yep.
You drive towards the library, and it's a fairly short trip. You step out, go up to the gravel pathway leading up to the library. You try the door, and you realize it's locked. And there's a closed sign in the little window in the door.
Nova's just gonna like bang on it. Like, come on! We're back, we did the thing, you weren't even waiting for us? Ah!
There is no response from inside.
But
How
My-
long will we be in there? Remember,
We-
time flows differently.
I look at my phone. What if it's not dead? But does it say what day it is?
It's the same day, and it's about an hour and a half after you guys left.
Who wants to
It's
write an
been-
angry text?
What is it?
all
Is it a weekday or is it
No, it
a
is.
weekend?
You check your cal. Oh, yeah. If it is now, I would say it's a weekend. It's a Saturday.
But it would be normal business hours for the library.
Oh yeah, it would. You check the time. It should be open by now. Yeah.
Okay.
I already got the phone out.
let's-
Matthew, the hell are you? Have
Okay.
thing.
You do that. I'm going to circle around the building.
Yeah, Nova, you start sending the text, and the little bar just goes across the screen and stops, and you get a little red exclamation point next to it, message undelivered. And Lars, you go around the building and look inside, and the lights are off. There's no one inside.
Okay.
But there is a staff entrance, which you know of because you've been allowed to rest here, and you know where the spare key is if you want to try it out.
Okay, I'll circle all the way around and report what I saw peeking through windows. Say, well, do we let ourselves in the back door?
Yeah. I mean, at least Nate and I can still go in. We live here now. Should let us in, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So try to go in.
Okay, let's go in.
Chris,
Yes.
weird question, but
Sure.
Jonas just gets a bit paranoid here. Does this seem real? Like, does it
How
seem
would
like
you-
we are in
how would
the
you check
real?
that?
What is real? But what does it
You
seem
can,
like we're in the real?
I believe there is an ability that we have not used called kenning in this
Ooh,
game. I think
that is true.
we all collectively forgot about this ability, but I was reminded through a comment on YouTube. So kenning would be the ability to roll to see if there's some kind of fey shenanigans going on. Now let's see which page that would be on. I think it's after the what do they call them again? Despite having storytold this game for almost half a year now, I am still very bad at finding things in this book.
107, I think it is.
107, thank you very much. That's entirely on me, by the way. I should get more familiar with it. Also, little cat is currently taking out her aggression on the climbing tree. Kenning. Changelings with a strong clarity are so good at telling the difference between magic and mundane that they have an easier time spotting the telltale signs of supernatural phenomena. The Lost refer to this as kenning. Player whose character currently suffers clarity damage in fewer than half her clarity boxes may make a kenning roll by spending a point of willpower. So I roll your current clarity, and I will tell you what you find.
Sure, I can spend a willpower.
What's your clarity? Is it 1 or 2?
Oh
wait, no, yeah.
5.
5, sorry, my bad. All right, you have 5 clarity.
Or have I miscalculated something, but it says 5.
I believe 5 is correct.
It's 6.
Oh, it's 6, okay. I think I mixed it up with...
Weird.
Weird, yeah, that's the one.
Weird is the one that's usually low.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's see here. Well, aside from the kind of almost background radiation things you sense around Tide and Lars and everyone else, and of course the building itself, considering it's been housing Fey-like creatures for so long, not housing Fays, of course, that would be crazy. There is nothing unusual about this. You don't really sense that there's been any kind of shenanigans done, as far as you can tell. Actually, no, wait, there's something on the front door. There's been some kind of something done to the front door.
I'll go and check on the front door just to see if I see anything like...
There's been some manner of contract done with the door. You're not entirely sure what it will do, but it doesn't seem directly dangerous to you. Just something's been done.
I'll leave it be for now and just follow the others through the stop entry.
All right. You all head into the library, and it's closed, as it's been before. There's no sign of Matthew. Everything is in order. It doesn't look like someone broke in or stole something or hurt anyone. Everything is in order. Things are locked up. It's as if it's closed for the day.
Okay.
Should we call Miss Blackbird instead?
My main concern was that something had happened, like an attack, but I suppose go find the principal.
While we're doing this, Nova's gonna try to text Amanda. Just, hey, are you getting this? ? And send.
The little bar goes red exclamation point.
Nova's gonna be like, hey, try texting anyone you know from town, because this keeps happening.
Try texting me.
Okay. Hey, I'm right next to you. Hey, send.
Bling. You get the text.
Okay. So let's go find the principal.
Yeah, I'll try to call the principal on my phone.
The number you have dialed cannot be reached.
Chair Patty.
She is not responding either. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Try calling the deputy sheriff Patty. And I'll say that while I drive us to because we've been to Blackburn's office at the school, right? Or Blackburn.
Yes, you were taken there. Yes.
Okay.
But before we go, can I do something? Really quick?
Sure.
I go to the main desk where Matthew usually sits when he's working, and I grab a pen that I've seen him use before. So I grabbed a pen, and also, like, the pictures were in the library or in the school that depicted the others.
The pictures?
Yeah, there were pictures where we saw Wenceslas, and even, I believe it was Silas when he was young. Oh, ow.
Oh, the painting of Silas was in the city hall, and that was
City Hall.
Silas was just one of many people in the festivities at the Green, and it was the 4th of July, I believe it was.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's right.
and it was painted by Wenceslas.
Okay. So I just grabbed the pen and, like, I leave with the others normally.
All right, you're heading where? Principal's office. Sorry,
Yes.
temporary brain going. You try calling Patty on the way. Same. You don't get a signal. There's no reception. Whatever's going on, and you head over to school, which is unsurprisingly quiet. It's a Saturday midday. There's a few kids out on the football field playing soccer. Well, soccer field playing soccer, surprisingly. There's some kids hanging out in the playground. You see some adults supervising them with baby strollers, things like that. And yeah, it's pretty much your usual school grounds on a weekend. You head inside and head up. Well, actually, you don't head inside. It's closed. It's locked. It's a Saturday after all. I don't know why I assumed that. Oh, we lost someone now. We lost Terrain. But yeah, it's locked up, basically, the main school building.
We need to find out where she lives.
Who else do we know that we can go to? I know where Amanda lives?
Okay, we should go there then, because either they hid somewhere or something happened to them, or they left.
Yeah, maybe we should check up upon one of those what they call the fetches instead. See if they are gone too, or if it's just the ones like us.
Who knows
That's
where
a
their
good
fetches?
call.
Yeah.
I'll go check on myself, I guess.
Can you do that without making a ruckus?
I'll try my best.
Oh, that wasn't a
That's
yes.
all I'm asking.
That's not a yes.
I'll go with him. Accountability and all that.
That doesn't reassure me.
What do you mean?
You burned down a hole.
Man, we're getting the shit roasted out of us right now.
We'll all go. If nothing else, it'll be a show.
I'm gonna go find the deputy. So I'm gonna go drive to the sheriff's office because they're probably open, and if they're not, they'll be able to radio her. So if it's something with just their phones, we can rule that out.
I take the hoodie actually because I'm cold and I put it back. I don't put the hood up, but because that's weird. But
Damn it!
no,
Yeah. All right, so who's going where now? We have Lars going to the deputy's office. We have everyone else going to Nate's fetch, or
I'll go with Lars. We shouldn't leave anyone alone.
Yeah.
I'll go with Tide.
I mean, with Nate.
Nah, with Tide. Nate is not gonna protect me. Tide is.
Okay.
ouch!
Nate
Damn.
passed gun.
Sorry.
Where's Silas going?
I don't know. Does anyone need backup?
We all need backup.
Yeah, you should go with them so it's even.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start out with Lars and Silas and wait, who else was going? Oh, sorry, Nova.
I'm going. Nova. Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. She's small.
Yeah, it's small, but with a big attitude.
Yeah.
Big attitude.
What are we punching today?
Yeah, you I guess you drop off. No, you go back
Yeah,
to
I'll
the car.
drop those
Yeah,
guys off.
yeah.
Yeah.
You drop them off. You head over to the sheriff's office, and actually, just about as you're about to roll up to the guest parking lot, you see how the gate to the firehouse opens, which is fairly unusual for Littlebrook. Well, I guess it works now. And you see the fire truck, which is honestly not super big, but it's a small town, just kind of head out, alarms blazing, or blaring as it would be, and driving down the street.
I say we follow that. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't. Have we ever seen a fire truck since we've been here? Like go out on a.
No, you haven't. No.
Yeah, we should follow that then.
That seems like a clue.
Silas, you down with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Is it-
follow that thing.
Because it's either going to a fire or it's going to lead us right back to the people we just left.
You
That's a possibility.
you do see a pillar of smoke, and that pillar of smoke is roughly in the area of a certain roadside diner.
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do a little quick jump and step over to Nate, Tide, and Jonas, who are heading towards Nate's used car dealership. And you were dropped off fairly close, and you walked the last bit of the way, obviously not keeping too out in the open in case, in case of an accident. And as you come up to this fenced lot where the cars are, you actually spot what once again, at first glance, looks like a normal human, Nate. Familiar, similar somehow, but a little let go, like he's in his 50s, he's got a bit of a gut, hair is receding a little bit, but wearing a nice suit, and he's talking to a man and a woman who's looking at cars, and he's like, yeah, he's slamming the hood of one of the cars and talking about it quite enthusiastically, and they don't look very convinced, but they're chatting with each other for a little bit. And like that, you once again see how the original mask just kind of drops, and you see this figure of sticks and a painted face. I believe it was a balloon, correct? Yeah, a balloon head with his face painted on it, and sticks and twigs for hair. Dressed in the same clothes, but kind of hanging weirdly off the body. There's a lumpy pillow tucked into the stomach.
Okay.
All right, so we can tell he's okay.
Yeah. It just seems like yeah, the people who are like us are gone. Well, okay. We don't need to interact further with it, right? We can.
No, I guess we should meet up with the others at the sheriff's place.
Yeah, let's go there. Are you fine, Nate?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I take his hand and I try to make sure he doesn't shoot it.
All
Good
right.
call.
I make
Teamwork.
no attempt to shoot.
That's really good. Yeah, we're being accountable. This is
Personal development.
That's growth.
And we go back to the police station. The
Right.
sheriff's.
You start heading back towards the sheriff's office and the fire department, and you also see this pillar of smoke that's kind of rapidly growing over in the direction of the diner. It's where you came from. It's where you came out, roughly. So that's interesting. And meanwhile, Lars, you're driving the Volkswagen, the Beetle, up to the main street, or the old main street, and thankfully you're seeing that the diner is fine. It's untouched by any flames, but there's quite a large crowd outside of it and people standing around, and you see the fire truck that's just shooting this stream of water. You see 3 people dressed in fireman's clothes, and they're trying to put the wooden bridge out because it is ablaze and the fire is extremely intense. Parts of it has already collapsed upon itself, and some of it is already down in the river.
So this
Nova
isn't
takes
the
out her
first
phone
time.
and she texts Tide that the wooden bridge is burning. That's near the diner. We're here.
Silas exhales in relief as he sees the bridge on fire. At least it's not the diner itself. Oh, I thought Joan was in trouble. Thank God. But
Joan is out there with the people, and you're not out of the car, right?
yeah, I'm getting out of the car now to see what's going on. But
Yeah,
again,
she kind of waves at you like, we're fine, everything is okay.
I stop on over and Joan, what's going on? Can I help?
Oh, Silas, I don't know. I was just serving lunch, and all of a sudden, someone saw the fire going on, and everyone came out. And I don't know. Someone must have set it on fire. This is. Who would have done such a thing? This is a historical landmark. This bridge has been around almost longer than I have.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No, nobody's ever set fire to anything before. You know this. This is Littlebrook, safest town in Minnesota, 17 years running. It says so right over there on the sign.
That's not
Believe
entirely
that.
true.
Well,
Somebody burned down another bridge before, right?
Oh, another bridge. No, oh well. I think you're talking about the one that it collapsed, but that didn't burn down. It was in the middle of the winter. The old wooden bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it collapsed. It was very poorly maintained, and that was a long time ago. A lot of people. Oh, I don't want to remember that. We found them in the river, but this is completely different. This bridge is every year. Proper worksmen go over it and replace wood. It's always in top condition. It's a landmark. It's a heritage, cultural heritage.
yeah, I mean, I know. I remember the old bridge. Anyways, if anyone does need help, I'll do what I can, I guess.
Well, the firemen are all volunteers, but they seem to get a handle of it, sort of.
How close can while they're talking, can Nova get to where the fire is to start seeing if she notices anything?
You can get fairly close. Like there's no police there. Surprisingly, there's no sheriff's department vehicle present. The firemen are like, be careful, but they're obviously too occupied to keep you away from it. You can get fairly close.
She gives a confident nod to them, like, I know what I'm doing. And then, yeah, she's going to get close. She just wants to see if there's anything she can notice. And she's going to use her trained observer, which gives her the 9 again quality.
Mm-hmm. I would actually. So you're gonna look for like if this was a natural fire or if this was.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything seems weird.
All right, go right ahead and roll.
What would that be? It's a. Is it like wits and composure?
Oh
or-
yeah, wits composure. Sorry, my bad.
Oh,
No,
okay.
investigation.
Sorry,
Wits investigation, I would
Oh,
say.
okay. That's 4. We'll do that. Just 1.
Not as far as you can tell, but I mean, it's not a super hot summer's day. You guys are driving over this bridge, well, through this bridge, like less than half an hour ago. So you didn't see anything hinting at this being, at the point where it would be burning.
Alright, so it happened quick.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back and when there's a break in the conversation, I'll tell that to Lars and Silas.
And roughly at this point, I would say that the rest of you arrive.
A little
Oh.
breathless.
Yeah. Do you think the fire spread from where we were?
No, there was the tunnel in between. And no. We would have noticed something.
How well, I guess we're caught up with the others.
Mm-hmm.
How did the fire start? How did you start a fire? Did you do something weird, or did you just start a fire?
We didn't do this.
We can't be sure. I kind of say that, like, I looked over there and I can't find anything, but maybe somebody else is better at looking at stuff. It's somewhere between when we came through and now, which is not a lot of time. So
Okay.
Could we have been followed?
Not impossible.
That's definitely not impossible.
who else is good at looking at stuff? Come look at the stuff.
Look around
angry
for
to look?
tracks.
Lars will sneak up and look around.
Jonas will follow Lars
composure?
and
All right. So what exactly?
assist him more.
Yes. What exactly are you looking for? And like, are you looking? I know Silas. You said you're looking for tracks.
Yeah, like tracks from supernatural creatures that can start a fire.
Right. Do you wanna roll Kenning for that? And Lars, you wanted to investigate normally, right?
Yeah,
What's
basically
Mike-
just looking for anything that's out of place.
All right. So
Mike,
what is your clarity, Silas?
I'm not sure. I think I should be
I have it
full
on-
right now.
I have it on one of my little note pads. Let
if
me
you
see.
haven't lost any, I think it's wits plus composure.
All right, Silas. Wits. Let's see. Clarity 5. You haven't lost any. Also, super can't really recommend putting your players' character sheets on these kind of papers. Very useful. So I'm gonna roll 5 dice for you, and that's gonna be secret what the result is, but we'll see what happens. Okay, and then I would like Lars to roll as well, and that would be wits investigation, I believe.
I'll assist him. I don't know if that just does anything.
He can add 1 die to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep forgetting it's die when it's singular and dice when it's plural. Or is it the other way around?
That's correct, I believe.
All right. It's a weird rule.
We're learning English.
It's stupid, but you've got it.
Yeah, great.
One
One
success.
success. One success. All right. Lars, you look around, and just like with Nova, you don't really find any trace, like no fuel canisters, no obvious, bits of newspaper or anything that could have started this fire. Silas, however, you feel right away there is something unnatural about this fire. There's something Fey-like with it. And it's very intense. Like, you've been close to this bridge before and you've kind of felt the background power of it. but this is like an explosion. It almost when you start kenning, when you start like trying to get in touch with what this face senses, it's like you're hit with like it's like you're walking into a Lush store, if that's a good comparison. It's just bam in your face.
Okay, Lush is like a cosmetic store, right?
Oh yeah, and
I've heard of it.
yeah, you get a headache if you go in there and like 5 minutes in. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That's my
No, I
No,
think
you're
it's
correct.
pretty accurate.
A lot of smells going on in there.
yeah.
I love Lush though. I love
Yeah,
Lush.
same,
Oh.
same. Just, no shade.
One
just
at a
saying.
time, it's fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have a question.
Yep.
I go, if I may, I go to one of the firemen that's holding a water hose, and I just be like, I'm really good at this. I'm just gonna help you, okay?
No, it's okay. We're professionals. Thank you for the offer.
I know, but watch this. Just a moment, and I just hold the tube with him,
All right.
and I guess I have to like spend glamour or something. I try to make the water like aim better at the fire, so it doesn't just go into one place or something. It's like spreads more effectively.
Sure. I guess that would be a point of glamour to make it more efficient at putting out the fire.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and you do, and it actually does help quite a bit. The fire is slowly getting under control, but you can tell like there's almost just a husk left of this tunnel, and the thicker pieces of wood are still standing, but like the planks are gone, the roof is gone, some of the support is just burned through. It's on the point of just collapsing into the river. But you've saved the forestry around it, so that's a win for sure. The grass, there's some singed grass close by it, but you've managed to contain the fire.
Does
All right.
Silas tell us about his discovery?
Yeah, guys, I can tell you this definitely wasn't a natural fire. From what I can tell, I mean, it's a feeling more than anything. There's almost an explosion here as something came through. You know, it's definitely not a creature native to this planet, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so maybe we need to let the normies wander and then come back and do a little bit more thorough investigation.
Something came through.
We should, if we want them to go, like I leave the firemen after a while, and then I just turn, like I wander back towards them to hear this. I guess I hope. I don't know how long after you say this.
Oh,
I think since they're feeling a lot of feelings right now, if we want them to disappear, we can like absorb glamour from them. And then, you know, because some of us used our abilities and stuff, but if we absorb their glamour, they're not going to feel that way anymore, and they'll get bored and they'll go home maybe. Like, do any of you need glamour? I need a little bit.
could use a
I'm
bit.
fine.
if I'm gonna do some time gazing, I wouldn't mind some.
Yeah, just like let's spread into the crowd and, you know,
So we're gonna top off.
yeah.
I haven't done this
mean-
yet, so
I haven't either.
It's like you can sense it in the air
I can.
and just like want it to come to like it's gonna be like breathing. It's not hard. If I could do it with a freaking dragon, you'll be fine. You're gonna feel it. I think.
Yeah. I'll try, and Jonas will try harvesting. It's called, right?
Yes, that's correct. Not reaping, but harvesting. I have a big, huge cat sitting on my mouse. All right, so you, Jonas, you kind of, this is new to you. You haven't done this yet before, so you're not entirely sure what to do. You close your eyes, you try to visualize, like maybe it's one of those new age things where you're supposed to see like auras of people or something like that. But almost right away, when you close your eyes and you begin this kind of inward observation, almost meditation like thing, you sense everyone nearby. You feel their presence, not to the point where you could distinguish where exactly they are, but you feel like these. You know when you're standing in a dark room and there might be someone close by and you can kind of sort of feel like they're there. It's like a change in pressure or something like that. And it's colors. Like it's hard to describe it, but everyone is a color. You can't see the color, but it's like a gradient. Some of them are blue, like a very cold, almost terrified blue. Some of them are an intense red, like they're excited or maybe angry. Some of them are green. Not a lot of them, like greenish yellow, and they all have like different tastes. The greenish yellow is almost like a sour apple candy. The blue is like a fruit punch. Red is like a sour, like a sour kind of a jawbreaker. It's all like different kinds of flavor around you. Do you go for a specific one or?
I don't think Jonas has like acquired a taste yet, so he just takes the closest one.
Yeah, and it's one of the cool blue ones. So it's like a fruit punch or blue Hawaii, as it's sometimes called. It's like a hard to place flavor, but it's nice, and you kind of feel it seeping out of them, trailing around you, and just seeping into your skin, and it feels good. It tastes good, and pretty soon you're like, how much glamour have you lost, by the way?
2.
2, and you're taking 2?
Yeah. I'm
Alright.
if I can.
Yeah, it's it's a little like you take the first swallow of this glamour, and it's rich and powerful. But when you try to take it again, it's a little weak. It's like someone mixed a lot of water into it. But you manage to top up your 2 glamour, and you open your eyes, and you notice right away that one of the firemen looks a lot more relaxed. Like he's not actually that focused anymore. He's kind of leaning against a fire truck and looking at the smoldering wreckage and like, oh well, kind of like a blank face almost. Not that he's completely emotionless, but you've definitely taken the edge off.
I go back to Tide. That was weird. But yeah, I got it. You were right. It's like breathing or something else. But yeah, I got it.
That's great.
Okay. So Lars will do the same thing. Wander into the crowd and close his eyes.
You don't have the same connotations with the flavors. Of course, you wouldn't know this since Jonas didn't tell you. For you, it's more like nostalgic memories. Like this person reminds you of all the times you're out in the woods with your buddies, just hanging out, having coffee or whatever. That one is when you were at Jones. Well, it wasn't called Jones back then, but still the same place. The checkerboard floor and the leather seats. That one's not pleasant. It's back when you were, it's back in the 40s. Let's just keep it at that. But is there any specific you're going for?
The woods.
Yeah,
That
the woods
brings back good memories for him.
has a rich, almost earthy kind of flavor to it when you finally start taking it in. And how much glamour have you lost, and how much are you taking?
I'm down with 3.
So you're taking 3?
Yes.
I believe you're, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is a little much to take. Let me see here, harvesting.
Oh, I don't know. It would probably take 1, and then...
Oh, I actually forgot that you guys need to roll for this. It's the first time for me as well. But for this, I'm just gonna go with because of the situation. I think you find enough people in the crowd around you to gather up 3 glamour, but you feel after this, like, because when you've taken 2 from one person, when you've kind of fed on them a bit, you start to feel this kind of resistance from them, like they don't actually want to give anymore. Like you could take more if you want.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't do that though.
All right. Then there's another one nearby who has actually memories of your children. Reminds you of your children anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you top it off with that, and you feel content. You feel, stable. You feel like you're grounded. Is there anyone else feeding or harvesting? Sorry.
I am absolutely harvesting.
All right, you're down at how many? How many have you lost?
I was down 4.
You're down 4 glamour. Oof, you're starved. Nate, for you, quite surprisingly, maybe obviously you don't know how the others have experienced this, but this is like passages from the plays you used to recite, which is strange because you barely remember that. It's been such a long time, but you recognize, oh, that's Hamlet. Oh, that's the death of a salesman. Like you pick up these little snippets of quotes, and they evoke emotions, of course. Like they're tightly connected to an emotion, but it's all kinds of scenes, like the classic, of course, when I believe it is Hamlet swearing upon the skull of his old friend, to be or not to be, correct? When he's planning revenge, I think. Yeah, that's definitely so. Yeah. So, what kind of emotions are you going for here?
Well, probably a lot of nostalgia, some sadness too, but mainly it's not unpleasant.
Yeah. Nostalgia and sadness are not hard to find in this area. A lot of people are very sad and upset that the bridge is burned. A few of them are reminiscing about all the times they've been swimming in the river or driven through here, or just, stopped to enjoy the shade that the bridge has been casting in a warm summer's day, which might have been a while back. And you kind of slowly go. How much, do you pick a little bit from everyone, or do you just focus on a couple of few people?
I'm going to try to skim the top, take a bit from everybody, and if that's not enough, then I'll start to drain a little more.
For now, it's enough. But in the future, we're going to be rolling. But for now, you managed to get your glamour back. I was going to say Gnosis, but that's a different game.
Our blood points.
Yep. Looks like we got a spammer in the chat.
Ew.
And anyone else topping off?
I'd like to take one, but
all right.
You guys go first. Who else wanted glamour?
Nova's all set. She got her loopholes.
Yep.
Eating spiders. She's fine.
I'm gonna take a little glamour myself, safely. Just 2 glamour, nothing too.
Silas before Tide then.
Yep.
Silas, you quite surprisingly, when you're getting this glamour, you're not reminded of something in your past. You're actually seeing these people, and you're seeing their grief, you're seeing their sadness, or their nostalgia, or their anger. It's it's like a cloud around them. It's very intense, and it's almost, you feel like it's all directed against you. Like every single emotion, it's against you specifically. Like they were looking at you, but they're not looking at you. What kind of emotions are you going for?
What do you mean what I'm going for? As in how I would react to that?
What kind of emotion would you want to feed on? Because that's what you're doing when you're getting glamour. You're feeding off emotions. You're taking the edge of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure
Yeah, sure.
I got the meaning of it. I can sense some anger at the burning of the bridge, and that ends up being what I go for.
Yeah. You start to take in this anger, and you feel like it's directed against you. You feel like it's someone who has an intense anger against you as a person. But as you drain it, it kind of makes you stronger. It's like this frustration or this anger, it just makes you harder and tougher. And soon enough, it's gone. It's weak. You've dealt with it. Your hard outer shell has just absorbed it, and you're fine. You're stronger for it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. And Tide, you wanted how much? 1 glamour?
Just the one I spent now. The rest I was using all loopholes, I think.
Yeah.
So
I believe so too, yeah.
you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
It's fine.
that's all it was.
What emotions would you be interested in harvesting?
Very strong negative emotions, whether that be sadness or anger or, negative stuff mostly.
Yeah. It's like you're standing in this whirlpool of a sort. Like there's this spinning motion going around you, and you're just standing waist high in intense sorrow and fear and nostalgia and anger. Like, who could have done this? You hear faint echoes of voices in this stream of emotions, and you can just reach down and drink from it. It's like taking up smoke or fog from a fog machine, and it just kind of slips down into your throat and kind of spreads out through your body. And you kind of feel the same way that they do as you drink it up. It's like you feel this sadness inside you just for a second. It's not as intense as it might have been for them, but then it just kind of settles deep in the pit of your stomach, and you're topped off.
Hey.
So,
I breathe in, breathe out, and I suppose at that point I wait until Jonas comes back. I was kind of like I said, yeah, that's good. And I look at the fire truck, and I go, if we took this back, do you think it would turn into a water dragon?
I don't
I'm
know.
looking intensely
but-
into it.
Tide, that is a brilliant idea. 13 days from now, we're gonna need this thing.
This truck? I can't drive.
I have a
Wait,
question. So, does people look different when they're eating?
yeah, did
Can I tell what's going on?
you can, like, everyone just kind of like you weren't feeding, so you didn't experience these emotions quite as much, but you can certainly kind of sense that glamour was kind of pooling up and seeping into all of them, but you couldn't see any of what they saw or experienced. It's very different.
okay. Should we go somewhere? Should we pop into the diner, or would it be too crowded? And just sit down and plan what we are gonna do next. This seems like we are actually quite alone here, as far as people like us, and maybe we just need to sit down, have a cup of coffee, and and talk it through, or something like that.
Ask Joan. We can ask the people who are here. They would know a principal and the sheriff deputy and the librarian. We can ask if they've seen them.
Yeah.
Is it possible that they blew up the bridge and left town?
If that's the case,
Possible.
we're
That seems unlikely.
the another F word. So, cause like, if we don't give that kid to whatever's coming out, we're going back.
We don't know what happened. Maybe they're just popping into the place and coming back. Either we go and find clues, or I don't know if it's good to theorize what might have happened, because we do not know.
It's more probably tied to us, since they wouldn't have known. It'd be weird if it was about when we got out that they would have spontaneously decided to blow up a bridge and leave. I mean, it's not impossible, but like it's not super possible.
I don't know. Matthew seemed to know a lot of stuff without actually being where the stuff was happening. It's okay.
Should we go? Should we go up to where the contract was made, where we fought the dragon, and
that's what I was
just go there, see if they can see anything, and if not, just sit there and talk this through.
But before we go, let's ask the fire people, because they'd know where the sheriff and the deputy is.
Yeah,
right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Nova's actually gonna kind of go up to one of the fire people, be like, hey.
Hello. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so. Emotionally upset, but I can hold it together.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
me too.
have you seen Deputy Patty anywhere?
Patty, yeah, she's off duty today.
Okay, when's the last time you saw her? We're friends, and I feel like I want to tell her I'm okay. I wasn't at the bridge, just in case she's worrying about me.
Ooh, I haven't seen Patty since maybe 3 hours ago.
Okay. Hey, a completely different question. Hey, do you know the principal?
Mrs. Blackbird? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw her?
Guess it was when we came by and told the kids about firefighting. That must have been a month and a half ago.
Okay, also totally unconnected to the other ones. Do you know the librarian?
His name's Michael, right?
Close enough. When's the last time you saw him?
Oof, I haven't seen him. Well, I might have seen him in the mall, strip mall every now and then, but I don't go to the library. I don't know.
Okay, I got a timeline now. Hey, thank you so much. You put that fire out real good. And then she'll go back to everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. She was like, hey. So maybe 3 hours ago was the last time anyone saw Patty, and then later for other earlier for other people. But I don't think he's a real big library person or school person, so we can't really count that. But we can count the Patty.
According to the cell phone, we were only in there for 1.5 hours.
Was Patty there when we left?
Seems like they must have ditched the moment we went in.
Yeah, there's something going on here.
There is one thing I remember, and that was when we tried to call you, or we tried to call Matthew, when you tried to call Matthew, from below the tree, you couldn't. You had to get up.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, we should go to the place.
Load in the van, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes connections don't work or they didn't used to. I don't know how it is these days, but they didn't used to. Even if you go somewhere more, I'm saying this as we're going. Even if you go something to the sewer or something.
Where are you going?
Yeah, you're right. We were assuming the worst. Maybe they're just
we're going to the ritual site.
Yeah.
Under the tree, right?
Are you in the car right now, or?
Yes.
Yeah, we jump in the car.
All right. So you get in the car and you start up the engine. Like, how many seats are there in the car, by the way? There's 3 rows of seats,
Just
right?
enough.
There's 6 seats.
There's usually, if it's like, there's usually 9 seats.
If this is a Volkswagen van, we can all fit.
Yeah.
All right, right, cool. I just wanted to check. Well, you get in the no, that's fine.
Didn't mean to make that sound confrontational.
No. Gee, man.
Jeez, Chris,
Sorry.
you've never been in a Volkswagen van.
You get in the Volkswagen, and there is a person in the seat in the back.
Can we help you?
Who is this?
This person looks fairly small, maybe just 5'1" in height. Short, kind of very like hair going all over the place. Not curly, but like out of place. Lots of freckles. She looks at you. She has very intense orange eyes, and you realize that she's got this kind of reddish hue to her, and she's wearing what looks to be almost like a ballet tutu, like, you know, with the outfit and tattered, just kind of torn. One of her shoes are missing, and she's kind of huddled up, and she looks at you like, "Who are you?
Okay?
Who are you?"
Hi.
Hi,
Who are
I'm
you?
Nate.
You're in my car.
She kind of points at Nate. "I know you.
You know me.
I saw you. Did I see you? Where am I?
When did you see me? Where was I?
I don't remember. Where am I? Where are we?"
Littlebrook.
Littlebrook? And you can feel that it's getting surprisingly warm inside of this car right now.
We're not
Hi.
in the hedge.
Can you tell another elemental?
Hedge?
Who are you?
Who were you?
I don't.
Do I see the mirror or the box in the car right now?
Yeah, it's where you left it. She's just kind of huddled up in the seat, and you're smelling the faint odor of slightly singed leather.
Okay, let's get the kid out of my car.
Just
Are we stopped?
Yeah. we
No,
haven't
you
started
weren't
yet.
even started. The car didn't start.
We haven't got.
Then Nova opens up the door and is gonna start like, okay, can I get out? You gotta get out. You gotta get out.
No! Are you touching her?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yes.
All right.
Not think for a second. Jams her
Okay,
hands on there.
so touching her
oh no.
is like putting your hand on a stove. So
Nova absolutely swears.
you're gonna get 1 point of damage, just 1 point.
Ah!
Like, don't
I
touch
don't
me.
like her. Oh, I
What's
don't like her.
happening? Okay, calm
The
down.
smell grows
Calm
stronger
down.
right now.
Listen, calm
You're
down.
get-
Are
you're
you
getting
doing
hurt.
this? Yeah.
The bug.
Who are you? Why?
We own this car, Beetle. We are from here. We're not gonna hurt you. We just want
Car-
to know what's going on.
Car?
This thing that you're in, this thing. I knock on the window.
Pour water on her, Tide. Drench her.
No, that might hurt her. Listen,
She hurt me.
We're not gonna hurt you. We just need you to step out of the vehicle before you start it on fire.
I started a fire.
Yes, you
Oh
did.
no. Oh no.
You started a fire on the bridge,
Oh
but
no.
that's okay.
Oh
It's
no.
not your
Oh
fault.
no. Oh no. Oh no. And it's getting warmer and warmer. No.
Hey,
No.
stop,
No.
stop.
No. No.
Oh,
No.
shit.
No. Oh god. Oh no. And
Nova is out of the car.
I
No.
coat my hands with ice, and I like to protect myself mostly, and I just like try to cup her face, and you're like, no, look at me.
when you
at
touch
me.
her face, it's like a sizzling sound, and steam just comes off the eyes and starts melting right away. And she just looks at you, and you see there's this intense glow in her hair. Lars, the beetle does not like this at all. Like the engine
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna try
making a
and
weird
calm it
sputtering
down.
noise. It's not buckling, but
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
trying to calm the beetle down while Tide tries to calm the fire girl down.
she's looking at you. It's like, you were there. You were there. You started the fire. You started the fire. She's pointing at you.
No,
We didn't start the fire.
we didn't
It was
start the
always
fire.
burning since the
There
war
was
began.
some. Listen to me. There was something in the lantern that was kept prisoner in the lantern.
God, the lantern.
Was that you?
And
Were
you
you
see
prisoner?
how she just kind of she's almost glowing at this point, and it just kind of fades away. And she kind of just looks at you.
It's fine. I used to be a prisoner too. In a well, in a garden. I know what it's like.
Flicker. They call me Flicker.
That's your name?
I don't know.
Alright, well, I'm tied. And I don't know how much longer I can keep touching you because if you're setting things on fire, I make water.
I am? Am I setting things on fire?
Not right now, it's fine.
She starts
A little.
Yeah. She's getting agitated again, but the
It's
tone of your voice,
okay.
yeah.
It's okay. See, it's fine. If you make a fire accidentally, I can put it out.
I don't want to make a fire. I didn't mean to make a fire. I'm so sorry.
I know, we know. That's okay. I'm not saying, I mean, that's not great, but it's fine. If you can control your emotions and if you take a deep breath, then it's gonna be fine. You want to take a deep breath with me?
And like as she
No. Like from your belly, from here.
kind of slowly relaxes, and her hair kind of droops just a little bit, and she kind of hugs herself like, I don't know where I am. I don't know how I got here.
Did you follow us?
Maybe I don't know. I remember running.
You were right to run. There were bad things that were happening at the market. So you did good. It's okay. We're gonna go.
The market. Oh God, the fire.
Yeah. But it's okay. Even if, and I'm not saying you did, but even if you started the fire, it's fine. Because the fire probably made a lot of the people run away. Because right at that time, what's the name of the thing? Bad people and bad things came to eat the changelings and the goblins at the market. So what you might not have known, but a lot of people probably survived because they run from the fire first, just before that attack happened. So
It seems
it's
that
fine.
like half of the words you're saying just seems to wash past her. She's like kind of rocking in the seat a little bit, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. She kind of
It's
shifts in the
fine.
seat. It's like, oh no, I might have destroyed. I think I might have destroyed something here. A lot of people are very angry.
They'll get over it.
They're not that angry anymore. We checked with them.
Yeah, no one's
It's okay.
angry. It's okay.
We're gonna go see a tree. Maybe you'll remember something on the way. If you remember something, you can
Tree?
tell us. I don't know. I don't
I
think you know
remember
this place.
I remember a tree.
You remember a tree? What kind of tree? Can you tell us if you see it?
Maybe.
All right, let's go see this tree then. Yeah? I'll look at the others.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
is the
go.
car still actively burning? All right,
No.
can I get back in?
Yeah.
Or
Oh, sorry.
It's not burning anymore, is it? Or
no, it's just like, okay,
Yeah,
just hold
you
her
can
hands
come
like
back
this.
in.
She's like, the farthest she can sit away from Flicker, she's gonna do it.
During the entire conversation Flicker had with Tide, Jonas has been watching her very carefully, trying to discern if she's just faking it or if she's honest with what she's.
Would that be a wits composure roll, or is it empathy would be involved? Correct.
Empathy
Yeah,
sounds
I
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say wits empathy to figure that out.
I don't know. This might be I have a specialization hidden intentions on my empathy.
You can certainly apply that specialization to this, yeah,
Great.
because that's what you're looking for. So
Just one success.
one success. Hard to tell. Hard to read this person. She's certainly acting pretty much how you felt when you first were leaving the hedge behind. Like she's kind of going in and out of awareness of what's going on around her, and she you can tell there's a couple cuts over her body, like she's been running through something, and she when the fire was at the most, like you could tell she was almost, you know, when you have a log in a fire and it's burning inside of it, like you could see that glow inside of her, but now it's down. She still has these intense red hair and orange eyes though, but not as clear as before. But you can't tell if she's lying though.
Yeah. Great, thanks.
Tide? Yep.
yeah, I remember something suddenly, and then I go like, okay, I'm gonna need a minute before we go, and I wave Nate over.
I'll come over.
You talk with him. If you
She
get
looks
scared,
horrified of Nate.
Hey, it's okay.
And she starts glowing slowly.
wait. What's wrong? Tell me. It's okay.
He's the one who started the fire.
No,
No.
it was an accident. It wasn't me.
He can't start fires.
She
He
just kind
doesn't
of just
have the
stares.
power
She
to
she
do
stares
it.
at Nate. She calms down a little bit, but she doesn't seem very intent on talking.
He has really cool hands. They're like, you can try. Check.
Here, take a look. I'll offer out my sort of claw-like hand.
She kind of flinches away from
Touch
the hand, like
No, it's okay. It's okay. Look, you can't really hurt me. I'm made of stone.
no. I don't want to.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna I'm gonna fill this up, and I show like a little container of water. Not a little, it's like a bottle. I need to fill this up before we go to the tree. I forgot to do it. But I'll be right back. Can you promise you're gonna keep breathing and not get upset?
I'll do my best.
Okay.
And
I'll be right quick.
as Tide goes out to go get water, those of you who sent texts suddenly get a confirmation that the texts were received, like simultaneously. And within a few seconds, I believe, who was it that sent the message to Matthew? It was Nova, right?
Yeah, I think I sent most of them.
Yeah, Nova, you get a very short message back from Amanda, actually, saying, we were at the caves on our way back. You're back already? Question mark.
Yeah, I'll say like, hey, I heard from Amanda, and I'm like, yeah, we're back. The bridge caught on fire, and also, and then she's trying to decide whether she says anything about Flicker or not. So just kind of like trails off and hits send.
On our way back, news about the mirror. Glad you're okay.
Glad you're okay too. and I tell everyone about that they say they're going to get they have news about the mirror. They were in caves.
Okay, that's great. So it's where we thought they were. Reassuring. Flicker.
Yes.
We mean you no harm. But the vehicle that you're in is actually a living being. So if you could just stay calm, they would really appreciate not getting burned anymore.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. You didn't know.
She actually kind of starts, just you see her tears well up in her eyes. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. She kind of pats the
It's okay.
side, like the armrest next to her, like carefully, like, does it understand me?
I think so.
And she just kind of strokes the armrest a little bit.
But you are, I think, the same as us. You were taken when you were probably quite young. And you have spent who knows how much time.
No.
Somewhere else.
No. Like, you can tell that she's getting agitated as soon as you start asking questions.
No
About that, yeah.
questions. Just trying to explain that we understand the confusion. We went through it ourselves. No need to be agitated. We're going to take you now to go visit some other people. Unless you don't want to, that's fine too.
Take me where?
With us to the library.
Is that safe?
Yes.
Well, as long as you stay calm, I think we'll be fine.
Okay, I'll be calm. Tide, you come back with the water, and you drive off.
I went to ask the firefighters if I could. I start. Can I have some water, please?
They were just about to leave, and one of them just goes, sure. This is not very clean though, but
I'll be fine.
all right. He kind of turns the tap next to the side of the truck, and a little stream of water fills up the bottle.
Perfect, thank you.
And as you get ready to head off towards the library with a kind of a cramped sit in the car right now, I think we're gonna end the session here, and we'll pick it up again next week.
All right.
Yay.
Hope you all
Does
had
the
We
library
have a
have
new
bandages?
friend.
new friend to keep track of. I can imagine
Fire
Jonas is
plus
just skipping with joy.
Books, though.
Now we can, with good conscience, kill off one of our characters because we know there's.
Was the last part?
Nothing.
Excuse you.
I hope you guys had, well, fun is a strong word, but I hope you had a good. I hope you enjoyed it,
Yeah.
and I sure
It was a good
did.
session. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for playing, and thank you everyone in the stream for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. I've been a bit behind in uploading episodes on YouTube, but I will be uploading 2 tonight before I go to bed, and the 2 next ones will be coming up soon after. And I think, Turing, before we finish the stream, maybe we should do another round of announcements.
So we've been streaming for 2 hours. The Hunter the Vigil is 100% funded. In fact, they're just passing 300,000 right now.
Woo!
With
Damn.
a stretch goal of, I believe, I just had it up. Hold on. Let me get back to it. I just clicked away from it. First stretch goal is Storyteller Screen add-on once they hit 40,000. So they are almost there.
Wow.
And then the next one would be at 55,000, which would be Tending the Flames Cells, which appears to be a player's companion. That would be a PDF supplement that would be included as well.
Nice.
So at this rate, with, like I said, just a matter of hours into it, probably a pretty good chance you get both of those. So
Nice.
head on over to Kickstarter and take a look at it.
Yep, that's Hunter the Vigil, 2nd edition, on Kickstarter today. And a brief shout out as well to Vampire the Masquerade Chapters, who also had an extremely successful Kickstarter. So looking forward to trying that out.
Yeah, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, and they are currently at, I believe, $879,000 Canadian dollars, but still a lot of money. And yeah, amazing. Really happy for you guys, Flyos Games. Again, this
That's
is
amazing, guys. I gotta go soon.
Yeah,
so,
sorry. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you again next week, same time, same channel. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.